Good morning, students. Welcome you all in my class of English. This is the second video of this week. Through this video, I am going to explain you the exercise of the poem Wandering Singers. We shall learn today what is the question of the exercise, what the question asks us, and what will be probably the answer, correct answer of these questions. So let's see one by one. Here the exercise, that is understanding the poem. Answer these questions. The first question is, which line tells you that the singers sing as they travel? Which line tells you that the singers sing as they travel? Let's find out what will be the answer of this question. Let's see the first para of the poem. The third line is, with lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam. The third line of the first passage is, with lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam. So this is the line that tells. So the answer that is to be written in proper way. The line, with lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam, tells us that the singers sing as they travel. This is the line that tells that the singers sing as they travel. Proceeding to second question. The wandering singers have no permanent homes and families. Do they show any sadness about it? Or do they have a different notion of family and home? Second question asks us, the wandering singers have no permanent homes and families. Do they show any sadness about it? Or do they have a different notion of family and home? Notion means opinion. Notion, N-O-T-I-O-N, notion means opinion. Means do they have another opinion about family, of the family or home? So let us see, find out what will be the answer. The wandering singers have no permanent homes and families. Do they show any sadness about it? The answer will be no. They don't show any sadness. They don't express any regret that they don't have any home to stay at one place. Or do they have a different notion of family and home? Yeah, they have the notion, they have the opinion that all the human beings are their kindred, all the human beings are their relatives, their family members. They love each and every human beings. There is not any permanent place. They are not attached to any particular place, a specific place, so that they can stay there, so that they can make their home and stay there, as they think whole world is their family, one family, and they are the member of that whole family, and they think that all human beings are their relatives, their family members, and so they don't make any differences, any specific here attachment with any particular people. What do the wandering singers sing about? What do the wandering singers sing about? Here, no doubt, let us find here. In this poem you have read what the singers are singing about. The wandering singers are singing about the past, about the history. They all sing about the battles that were fought in the past. They are singing about the heroic deeds, the bravery, the courage of the heroic deeds of the soldiers who died in the battle. They are singing about the glory of the kings. They are singing about the beauty of the women of the past, those who are no more now. They all have already died in the ancient time only. And so the poem is all about the history, about the kings, about the battle, about the the soldiers, about the beauty of the woman. That is what here the singers are singing about. And they all even sing about the mankind. That whole world is one family. Let's love each other. Next question is, yeah, what might, in the same question, third one is, what might their listeners get from their songs in terms of knowledge? So, in terms of knowledge, we get the knowledge of the history, we get the knowledge about the deeds of the heroic soldiers, the brave soldiers, and we have a lot of knowledge about the past, what they sing in the song. So we are getting the knowledge about mankind. We are getting the knowledge that we should love each other. We should not make any differences on basis of any caste, creed, or countries. The boundary that we have already made, all artificial boundary that we have made. So they teach us, they all teach us, all the wandering singers in the poem teach us to love mankind, to think all the human beings of the world as they are, as our family members, as our relatives. Then is here in terms of mood, what the listeners really learn in terms of mood. So in terms of mood, no doubt this poem is full of different here aspects. Our mood sometimes creates curiosity, sometimes excitement, sometimes you can say sadness, express sadness about the dead soldiers, about the cities, old cities that is no more now, the glory of the old cities that is no more with us. So it is describing and creating the mood to the listeners, that is curiosity, excitement, sadness, fascination, that fascination towards the city, great city, the glorious cities, who have faded their all just glory and just charms, admiration. This is what here the mood that is here listeners are creating and learning. Next question is here, why do the wandering singers not wait anywhere? The wandering singers do not wait any particular place because they don't have any permanent home. They are not attached with any particular place or particular land, any particular city or village, as they have already expressed in the poem. That whole globe, whole world is their family. They belong to the family of the whole world, not any specific here place, not a specific here family. And that's why they do not wait anywhere particular place. Why do they keep traveling? They keep traveling just because they are spreading the love. They have to spread love. They have just to go to several places, every places, because whole globe is their family. Whole earth is their family. And that's why they don't stay or they don't wait at any particular place. In appreciating the poem, there are some questions here. Let's see that one also. In what person has this poem been written? First person, second person, or third person? And in which number, singular or plural? So the answer of this will be, the poem has been written in first person plural number. You have seen in every stanza the singers are addressing themselves as we, ours, we, and that is first person plural numbers. Why do they think the poet did not use I or they? The poetess has not used I, as the singers are in a group, not particular, and that I becomes personal. And they, because the poetess want that everyone is really charmed with the song's fascination, charmed, and they all are spellbound with the song's theme, song's music, and that's why they are directly attached to the singers, and that's why it is written in the first person plural number. Why do, second question in appreciating the poem is, why do you think the speaker uses the words wander and roam? In the poem, these words are again and again repeated. That is, wander and roam, and not march and stride. The poetess has not used for the singers that they are marching or they are striding. She has expressed their movement from one place to another with the words wander and roam. Why? You know very well, meaning of wander or roam is to move aimlessly. They have no permanent or they have not any fixed destination to go. No any particular goal to reach. As they claim, they express that whole earth is their family. They are the member of whole family of the earth. And march and stride are the words. March and the stride are the words which really tells that we have a particular destination, particular aim, particular in direction to go. That's why the poetess has not used the word march or stride, because the singers don't have any particular direction to go, not any purpose in any direction to go. They have no purpose. They are just going in different directions, just anywhere, because they know wherever they go, that is their family. There is only their home, not any specific particular place has any lust, any charm for them. Everywhere they just enjoy, they sing, they spread the message of love. Here, what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? Try to read the poem aloud, and does it sound like a song? Here the rhyme scheme of the poem is here A and B. As the two lines you can see here, two lines end is here with the rhyming words, that is feet, street, roam, home. So the rhyming is going to be A, B. And the next thing that is here asked, here, does it sound like a song? Obviously, when you read it, when you are here getting lost in the poem, the theme of the poem, then certainly it really creates very beautiful and sweet music. So it is like a song. Next is, certain words have been repeated in the poem, like voice of wind, the wind calls, and echoing. Are these repetitions particularly suitable for a poem about singing? In what way? Of course, the poetess has repeated the words like voice of wind, the wind calls, as the singers are telling, voice of the wind. They go where the voice of the wind calls them, and their voice is echoing. So there is no doubt, this is here very repetition is particularly suitable for a poem about the singing, because the wind is also a kind of music. Wind is a natural music. Wind produces natural music, and the source of all the music is here, that one is wind. Through wind only it spreads, and wind creates different moods. Some kinds excitement, some kinds sadness, some kinds no doubt fascination, all kinds of moods is created, and that is here the different movement of the wind. And so it is no doubt particularly suitable for a poem about singing. Fifth one is here, this poem creates a certain mood. One of the combines both sorrow and happiness. Which of these elements contribute to the sorrow and which of these to the happiness? No doubt there is here that the wandering singers have no home. There is no here sadness. It's really just because the singers have no permanent home, so they don't express any regret for that. They feel as if everyone is their family. That is what here, this is also a part of their happiness, that they feel happy that whole mankind is their family, and all are their relatives. All humans are their relatives. They sing about people and places that are dead. This line creates sadness. Of course, because those people of the past are no more with us, they are dead. The king, the beauty of the woman, the city glories of the cities, that is all dead. And that's why it creates sadness. They sing about laughter, beauty, bravery, and glory. This no doubt, it combines here and it creates here happiness. So different kinds of moods are created with different theme, different lines. They have always traveled and will always keep traveling as if with the wind. And this also creates here a happiness. So these are what the answers of the poem, and this all teaches us a great deal of information, great deal of knowledge. We have just to assimilate the message of the singers, what they want to tell, what they are explaining, what message they are telling to us. So every line is full of here love, and they create different kinds of mood. The line of the poem create different moods. That is here sometimes curiosity to know something, sometimes excitement. Some lines create sadness, some is here creating fascination, and some admiration. So it is a beautiful poem composed by Sarojini Naidu. And here there is one another poem on the page 31, Palki Bearers, that is also composed by Sarojini Naidu. You can learn it and know the theme. It's so beautiful. She had only composed this poem also, and this is also a folk song, a beautiful song. So these are the source of our knowledge, source of our motivation, source of really our curiosity and admiration. Thank you, student. Thank you a lot joining the class. Thank you. I am sure you must have learnt a lot, and you will prepare all the question answers in your copy, and you all will learn them by heart. Thank you.